Welcome to the Tip the Scales podcast, where we discuss running and growing your law firm. I'm your host, Maria Monroy, president and co-founder of LawRank. Today, I am sharing with you guys an episode that was actually recorded for Bourbon of Proof with Bob Simon and Mauro. I think his last name is the Fiore. I might be pronouncing it incorrectly, but they interviewed me and I'm sure they gave me shit from what I can remember. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and a super special thanks to Bob and Mauro for having me on Bourbon of Proof and forcing me to try bourbon. Our whole thing is, how do we get you cases? Like, even just harping on the first page of Google, like, it's very sexy to rank organically number one, but you could have a conversion issue, you could have an issue with intake, you could have an issue with traffic. It's no longer about being on the first page of Google organically. It's really about creating synergy on the first page of Google. So ideally, you're doing local service ads like you, local SEO like you're about to do, organic SEO. And then we talk about pay-per-click, because then we can get you on the first page 4 times. If we can do that, I can't guarantee that we can do that, but if we can do that, people will literally call you and be like, you were all over the internet. It was a sign from God. I had to call you. Right? If we think
if
of
somebody see Maura's face and says it's a sign from God,
yeah,
we have to have a real conversation.
Yes.
About it. Welcome to this episode of Bourbon of Proof, where we interview those who have been successful both law and life, and we do so over several high-spirited bourbons, and today will be no exception. But we are very, very honored to have one of the queens in the industry, Miss Maria Monroy. Thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
La Madrina.
La Madrina.
God of it.
And also, of course, our esteemed co-host, Mauro Fiore. Maura, why do you call her La Madrina?
Because I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I saw in the news that she was running, like, a huge drug empire. You know what I mean? She's got that kind of, like, badass vibe.
Dude, yeah. I mean, you do strike the fear in a lot of people, Maria.
Yes.
That is, like, so weird to me. Because, like, it's just, that's not how I see myself.
But I think the thing is, everybody is not to fuck with you.
That's for sure.
I mean, I just say things how they are. Like, I don't, filter myself.
But there's power in that.
And I have boundaries. I'm really good with boundaries.
Well, we're going to start with a no
I'm
boundary
really
report.
good with boundaries, too.
Yeah, okay.
You?
You.
Exactly, you're already...
Yeah.
So this was actually a gift from one of our very good mutual friends. Mitri Shatara.
I love Mitri.
We all love him. So Mitri, this is his favorite brand. This is Orphan Barrel, which I call art in a bottle. And they take these barrels, they turn them into art that most people, they didn't see them coming, right? So the reason I selected this for you, Mauro and I, is because you have 3 beautiful children. You and your husband run your company together. You help a lot of folks out, but you're never tied down to one place. You've lived from San Diego to Mexico City to Vegas to Miami, and I'm just talking the last 2 years.
Yep. You missed one in there.
Which one did I miss?
Guadalajara.
Really? I didn't know you were there.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
My mom was from Guadalajara.
I'll just give you, so Maria doesn't like to drink a lot of whiskey, so we'll give her a light pour.
I don't think I've had it since, like, I was a child and my grandpa, like...
Since you were a child?
Like, when you, like...
Where did you grow up, Maria?
That came out wrong. Guadalajara.
Oh, so
Thank
you used to drink Presidente then?
Well, no, my grandpa
ever
would
drink
drink whiskey,
Presidente?
and I would put my finger in it and, like, lick
We
my
have the other
finger.
kids. So Maria Monroy. Hopefully this is not as...
I'm scared.
Actually, Mauro's terrified right
I
now.
know, he should be, though.
My mom was from La Barca, at least.
Really?
Guadalajara.
Oh, this one is so good. This one's so good. Let's see how she likes it. She's your tequila girl.
It really reminds me of my grandpa.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think
I
bottles...
haven't had it since.
Well, that's cool. They have a reminder of a relative. Like, I have a bottle of Brut cologne in my house. Brut's like this old shitty cheap cologne that my dad wore it every day of his life. And so if I ever want to remember my dad, I just open the Brut bottle, I sniff it, and it smells like my dad.
Oh, that's sweet.
So-
No,
But they-
it's not bad.
They do say that your sense of smell is the one that brings you back more than any of the senses. So we teach trial lawyers that if you want to get juries in the moment, you bring them back to a smell, not like visual, not hearing. It's just the smell of like Brohypnol at the bar.
Mauro, you're giving away all my secrets.
You don't have any secrets.
Hey, Mauro is very...
That book, The Culture Code. You ever read the book, The Culture Code? Mm-mm. It's a marketing book by this French guy that his thing was like how to market to people through their senses. It's called.
Really?
And his number one thing was he was the guy that did the I think it was the Maxwell House coffee thing where where like they would smell the coffee.
I can actually smell that commercial.
Yeah, that commercial. He's that guy. Mm-hmm. So he developed like a thing through your senses for marketing.
And dovetailing into marketing, Maria Monroy is the master of marketing.
Digital marketing.
Well, not only digital, Maria, because we were talking off camera about, I think, genius things about bringing communities together and stuff to do. But like, how did this come about? Like, how did LawRank? Because now I'm a customer of LawRank.
You
right?
are.
And
you? Still waiting.
I'm still looking at the contract.
I'm still waiting. The contract expired like 2 years ago, but.
So how did it come to be?
Yeah, so I can't take any credit for it. My husband at the time was in law school, and that was the second career for him. He was late 30s, early 40s, and his brother, who went to law school at the normal, typical age, left the DA's office and said, hey, you're pretty techie, like, can you get a website up and running for me? Like, I'll pay you a few grand. It was a summer, so he was free, and he was like, sure, why not? And because he was in law school, he was like, well, I can write the content. And he became fascinated by this idea of like, how does Google pick? Like, why does it pick one firm over the other? So long story short, he started doing SEO for his brother for free for like shits and giggles. And his brother like all of a sudden had like a full-on business because of him. And he was like, you can't stop.
He does criminal stuff, right?
The brother, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we talk a lot about, English is your second language.
It is, yeah.
But when they're writing the content, like I feel like you guys are the masters at doing SEO for the Hispanic community.
Yeah, that's
so
one
you can
of
do
our
both
specialties.
language. But this is why you should actually, because you do so much in that community as well, Mauro, that it's excellent. But because you have to have
have a free 6-month trial.
No.
Oh, here we go.
No.
Maria's actually the one that'll tell you, don't fucking come cheap because it ain't gonna work.
Well,
I don't work with people that ask those questions.
You know what? The one thing I can say about Maria, for years and years before I really knew her, I would just see her at conferences. But she's a stalwart at conferences. I mean, this lady's been to every conference like in history. Her free swag is the fucking best stuff.
Really?
She doesn't mess around.
No.
She gives away good shit. I mean, I have all my LawRank hats that I've stolen from her booth over the years.
Because they're dry fit running hats.
They're like Nike golf hats. These are like $25 hats.
They are $25.
Without the logo.
They are exactly $25.
So like I've stolen so much shit out of her booth that I still use to this day. So she doesn't cheat out on the swag.
And you still want
Maybe
6 months
you can
free?
tell us about that. Is that you have to be? That's on purpose that you give away good stuff.
Yes. So
You're not giving away cheap shit people are going to toss.
yeah, when we were going to go to our first conference, Mauro and I were talking about swag, and I was like,
How long ago was this, by the way?
This was pre-COVID, like a year or two, probably a year before COVID hit.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've been around for 10 years. It was our 10-year anniversary a few weeks ago, but we didn't do any marketing the first few years at all. It was word of mouth. I was too busy having children, and that was that, right? But when we were like, okay, let's go to a conference, and we were talking about what to do, my husband was like, well, anything we're going to do high-end. Like, we're not going to cheap out. So he's like, well, you want to do hats? We'll do Nike hats. And at the time, we were just like a brand new business. And I was like, dude, that is going to cost thousands of dollars. Like, and he was like, if you're going to do it, this is how we're going to do it. He was very like adamant about it. So I was like, okay, like, we'll do it. And
I'm such a LawRank thief of stuff that at one time she switched to Puma hats. I was like, what the fuck are these Puma hats?
yeah, during COVID, they had shortage.
I was like, I'm not even worth stealing them.
You didn't even know me then, too.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't even worth stealing. Because I would wait for her to like turn around and I would just swipe it out of her booth. So
You don't
I was
have to do that. Just
and
go
I
up
just
and-
stole a Puma hat.
And he likes to feel like he's
I
like very.
stealing from booths. Like
Really? Free stuff?
I have a bunch of like,
He's a trophy room. Like,
what do you call it?
like the guys
Yeti.
with
I have a bunch of Yeti
Oh,
shit
yeah,
I
it's
stole
good.
from Ambrose. And Ambrose never got a dollar out of me, but he has the money stuff at his booth. But he's very protective of his shit. You have to really be stealth to get it.
You know what? We should play a joke on him and like just take all his shit and hide it.
Yeah.
It would kill him.
Let's just do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
See?
Let's do it. He'll never watch this. Let's do it.
He'll never watch it.
It'll be great.
Somebody will tell him about it, though.
So you switched back to Nike after that Puma shit.
The only reason we did Puma was because of COVID. There was a shortage and we couldn't get Nike. So we're like, okay, well, I guess that's the next best thing. For women, we do Lululemon.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love Lululemon.
Me too.
I'm wearing all Fiore right now.
Okay.
It's my favorite brand right now. It's Fiore.
I've heard it's good.
It is good.
I haven't
I like
tried it.
Stan socks, Fiore. I still wear Lululemon, and of course, any Nike product. I wear a lot of.
Yeah. Ugly tennis shoes. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, Maria.
I love pissing you off with that.
That's not okay. It's
Yes,
not
it is.
okay.
It's not a...
It's
No.
totally okay.
Mauro likes to wear like designer tennis shoes.
I like that
Let
better.
me see. He's wearing Coach right now.
That's not Coach, that's Gucci.
No, these are Coach.
Are they really?
Yeah, those are
Oh yeah, I
Coach.
don't approve.
Those don't come in a men's yet, but he's working on it. But I mean, so what's it like working with, your husband? Every time I meet him, I was like, I'm fascinated because he's like, I feel like he's a genius,
Yeah, he is.
but we all see you all the time because you have
Yeah.
to do the sales shit, right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, everyone thinks I'm the one doing stuff, and I'm like, I just do this, which is a full-time job.
Oh, it is.
Right? But yeah, what's it like working with him? Well, it's good and it's bad at the same time, right? Because we talk about work all the time, right? So, that's sometimes not ideal for the kids, not ideal for our marriage, but it's great because I trust them.
I'll tell you what. Look, when we were in a conference in Miami, and I saw your son Sebastian before I saw you,
Yeah,
and he was so excited because he got to see his mom talk.
yeah, that's cute.
It
Yeah,
get me emotional about it. It's not even my kid, but it
yeah.
was
Don't
very,
get me emotional. Like,
it's very cool to see like your kids be involved and literally look up to mom on stage, and your husband was so like I saw him down at like we were like, entertaining talking to a bunch of folks I probably didn't want to talk to, right? And your husband came up and saved me with one of your other kids,
yeah,
and it was very nice. We had a good conversation, and it's good to find good people in the industry, and we call them the rescue clubs of conferences because if we see you or anybody else, we know we can get out of any bullshit conversation we have to be having in the moment.
yeah.
My problem is that I enjoy talking to people, even like wackos I meet at conferences. I could stay there all day. And talk to them.
I don't know. I don't like to have like very silly, superficial conversations. Like, where do you live? How's the weather?
This is why I love Maria, because she's right to the fucking point.
I'm just like, if we can't talk about something more meaningful, and it doesn't have to be business. I rarely even mention SEO. Like, if we can't just talk about life, I just don't want to talk to you.
Don't want to talk. Like when Maria calls me or texts me, and she knows I don't pick up calls. If
You
I
pick up my call.
If I pick up his call, you're people. I'm like, it's an
Because
emergency.
you know what? I'm old, man. I like to call people.
He hates it, and I literally, when he picks up, I'm like, I'm sorry, I know you hate this, but
She gets right to the point. This is what we got. This is what we're gonna do. Good, good, good. It's literally a 10-second
it's a
conversation.
very quick phone call.
Yep.
Like the other day, we talked for like 10 minutes. We
Yep.
talked about 50 different things, and it was
Yep.
like boom, boom,
Boom, boom,
boom,
boom,
boom, boom. Cool. Like,
Because we're all busy people. We have stuff. Because for me, this is why.
You consider phone calls like an invasion.
I think
He
it's
does.
fucking rude, and here's why.
Yeah,
Because
I know
my
people
day is
who
so
feel it's-
detailed. It's rude because like I'm doing this in this moment. Yeah, it's convenient for you to call me right now, but like I'm entrenched in this, and I'm like, fuck, is this an emergency? And I pick it up. Mauro's like, what are you doing right now? Fucking grinding. What do you think I'm doing? He's like,
But you always have to keep in the back of your mind, if I'm calling you, I might need to get bailed out.
well, but this is why I pick up your call.
Because I might
That's
call you
funny.
from the joint and I need to get bailed out.
And then I can remember, like, he has a lot of aliases, so I have to, like, remember what name he probably used. So it's always, where are you? And if he's, like, at some place, I know this is probably the fake name he used. So
I go by Lance Rocket a lot. That's one of my
why?
aliases. Oh, well, I'll tell you off the air, but I can't really.
So he actually met his wife giving a fake name. Did you know this, Maria?
I did.
Oh, my God.
I gave my wife a fake name. I told her I was Persian and that my name was Reza Gigi.
And it worked.
It worked.
But how long did it take you to tell her the
I
truth?
finally, after a month, I had to confess that I wasn't Reza Gigi. But she believed it for a long time.
Man,
She'd be so pissed.
She's definitely a keeper if she like put up with you.
Alex is the
for that.
best. She's the best.
Put up with me. You kidding me? This is the whole package here. handsome, articulate, successful. What else you want?
She's a lucky woman.
Yes. This is the whole package.
All right, Maria, you better chug that up because we're going to pour another.
What? I have to finish it?
That's the rule on the show. Did you sign the agreement?
I signed like 20 waivers.
We actually we have no agreement on the show.
I know.
You're really letting your country down. You're letting your country down.
You're letting your country down. So this next one, we selected.
It's Huberman's fault. Did you guys see what happened with Huberman?
No, what happened?
That like this article came out that he was like dating 6 women at the same time. And like
That's very easy to do, by the way.
well, have you seen the internet? They're like, if this 48-year-old man was dating 6 women at the same time without them knowing, and he was like in a committed relationship with 2 of them, like if this isn't, if like his protocols work, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
People are like,
I'm taking a cold plunge tomorrow. I'm not drinking.
When I was in law school, my roommate.
yes, but how old were you?
We were young, but I mean, he had a problem that he couldn't just like date. I mean, it's easy to date 2 or 3 girls when you're young, right? Bob, you probably did it when you were young. Whenever I did it when I was young.
Never.
You lie.
Really?
But
are you lying?
My roommate, he made every girl that he was dating think that they were his girlfriend. He was in love with them. I would be telling.
So he's like Pepe Le Pew.
I'd be like, Eli, you don't have to tell them all that they're your girlfriend. I mean, it's just weird, you know. So he had like 5 girls at a time that thought they were his girlfriend, and he didn't need to do it that way. Like this Huberman guy didn't have to do it like that. Remember, could have dated them all casually.
Sounds like a Dudley Moore movie.
I mean, he was
two
like
families.
trying to have a baby with one of them, like
Yeah.
IVF and shit.
Yeah,
It's like really, like, the story has blown up and the comments are hilarious.
Oh God, I actually got to need to research that.
If you want to laugh, just like, and then people know I'm a huge fan, so everyone's like sending me the article and being like,
Well, everybody's a huge fan. I love that dude.
yeah.
He says good shit. I don't agree with a lot of it because I just put that mental block on where he says no alcohol. I'm like, idiot. All right, so this one, speaking of alcohol. This is called Carl T. Huber. Not Huberman. Yeah.
Wow.
So look how top. It's like you read my mind.
So weird.
But this one's done in a VDN barrel. So Mauro, you remember this one?
VDN is Vin de Naranja, which is orange wine. So like an orange flavored liqueur was in this barrel before they put
All Spanish barrels.
And this is from Spain.
Do I need ice?
Spanish wine barrels.
If you want.
We have a little ice here if you want so. But if you don't drink it,
I'll just give you a little-
it'll put some hair on your chest if you drink it neat.
Look, that's it. See that? Look how nice that
Where is
was.
that, man? You're letting her off the hook.
I have a flight
We'll
to
be
catch. Actually, this will help because I have so much anxiety on flights, like you.
We share this.
Bob does too. I've flown all over the world with Bob. And it's funny, we could be talking on the way here. I was sitting next to him, we're talking about like whatever,
Yeah.
the Dodgers or whatever, and the next thing you know,
We
he
weren't
says-
talking about the Dodgers. But
And then he
close.
says, okay, wait. Once the plane starts moving, he has to go into like some kind of like trance ritual where he starts.
I heard this before.
I'm like, what the hell, man? I told him yes when we flew here. I said, the plane's gonna crash, it's gonna crash, man. Just give a shit if you're doing your ritual. It's gonna go down, it's gonna go down. You got no control of it. So
But it does matter.
Let's have another
It does.
drink.
If I don't do it, it might crash.
no.
So wait, what's the ritual?
This is a part of the ritual is you don't discuss the ritual, Maria. Back to the BDN barrels. This is a Spanish age. Yeah, I'm not going to discuss my fucking shit, Mauro. So cheers. This is Spanish barrel aged BDN from Carl T. Huber, not to be confused with Huberman, who's balancing 6 different wives.
This is really good. Like, Maria, when you're at
Oh
home.
my god,
Maria, when you're at
You don't
home
like?
or hanging.
it's just strong.
with your
Actually, let me
friends.
see the proof on this because I think the last one's
What is it that you drink when you're hanging with the friends or you're at home? What do you drink? Wine,
Yeah, it's
wine,
106
drink, or
proof.
what do
Yeah,
you-
it's
I
over
don't drink.
50%.
I don't drink at home
No?
at all. No, nothing.
What a sad place. This sad place. How about like out to dinner with your girlfriends and you want to like get wild? Like,
Tequila, mezcal. I'll drink vodka. I'll drink gin. I'll drink wine.
But she's been a lot of conferences where Maria does not drink. You don't drink.
No, I do.
But sometimes you do not.
Sometimes I don't. I didn't drink last night. We had an event.
did I ever tell you one time I drank mezcal in San Francisco at a mezcal bar in the Castro district?
Oh, yeah,
With
here we
Spencer-
go.
With Spencer Lucas. We got there at noon. We drank mezcal till like 6 in the afternoon, so 6 hours. And I woke up in the bushes in San Francisco someplace. Literally in a bush, Spencer left me. It was a disaster. But the mezcal made me like, I was hallucinating.
Really?
I thought I was like an Aztec fucking warrior or something. Was that?
I've never had that issue.
You gotta drink.
I've never had that issue either. We drank for
fucking bushes.
We drank for 16 hours yesterday, and I did not end up in a bush, nor did I hallucinate.
Well, I thought, like I told you, my brain felt like it was loose or something. Like I felt my brain moving in my head because we drank 16 hours. I just felt like a flutter in my brain. It was weird.
Yeah. Jesus.
So I was trying to, like at 2:30 in the morning, I was on Postmates trying to get Taco Bell, but they were closed. So I thought the Taco Bell would cure me.
This was actually your life today?
Yes. Taco Bell.
Glad I went to bed. I was surprised. Maura walked in early. Like usually I'm waiting for him, and he was there early today.
Yeah, I answered the bell.
He answered the bell. So, Maria, you do the conference circuit pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I think I met you through somebody else, and
We met at Dordick.
We met at Dordick, but you taught me a lot about, how to actually aggregate cases, and if you do aggregate cases with digital marketing, what do you have to do operationally?
What's aggregating?
Get cases, collect, like be able to do direct to consumer, and if you get a lot of calls, what happens next? So do you do something where you try to you want to break their system, right? You want to have so many calls, they have an intake problem, but Maria trains them to be like, what do you have to fucking do? She bugs me all the time. She's like, how many LSAs did you have this week? What was the conversion? I was like, I don't fucking know. Ask these
What's
people.
an LSA? I'm a donkey, man. What's an LSA?
Local service ad. Do Google.
The Google screened.
Oh, those are the ones that you have to do like the background check.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you should
And you didn't
explain.
pass the June. You failed it.
Explain. You should explain to reviewers and listeners because it's very powerful and it does very well because you know what you're doing. But explain to everybody what it is.
So local service ads, unlike pay-per-click, you're not paying per click, you're paying per qualified lead. So let's say you're running a campaign for personal injury and somebody calls you and they're either a vendor or they have a family law case. You can actually dispute it and not pay for that. It's relatively inexpensive compared to like the historical data we have for pay-per-click, right? So a cost per case for personal injury from LSA would be like $1,500 to $2,500 is considered good. We have situations where clients are getting their cost per case under $1,000 for PI from local service ads. The tough thing with local service ads is that it's tough to spend like a significant budget. So firms will be like, you have an unlimited budget, we want to spend $300,000 a month. Pay-per-click will let you do that. Your cost per case will be like $4,000 though. LSA won't let you. Like you might spend $10,000, $20,000. It's very lucrative. It's just finicky because it's hard to get it to spend.
But you also have to have the system in place to be able to handle these calls, track those calls. You were talking a little bit about the call rail bridge that.
Yeah, well, there's so much that goes into attribution, right? So like ideally a law firm has lead docket, right? Or something similar where we can track it, like through Clio we can track it, right? So things like that. And then we want to understand where the lead originated from. So did it come from local service ads? Did it come from pay-per-click? Did it come from local SEO? Did it come from organic SEO? Right? So that's like how we track attribution. The whole intake thing is like something that just really irks me because if you don't have good intake, it doesn't matter how many leads I sent you. And even with you, right? Like I've been like, hey, this call is getting, like they're saying, hey, we'll call you back. Like I can't tell if they had a DocuSign sent. Yeah.
Well, exactly. So this is like I was.
One thing I know after 26 years in the PI business, you don't tell anyone you're going to call them back on a new lead. Or just call the next guy.
I know.
And this is what she's teaching our firm and me because look, I built my whole firm off of trying cases and being the referral in. But now we have the opportunity with stuff that's happening nationally and the things that we're doing otherwise. Because I want to be able to generate cases everywhere and get it to the best lawyer. And usually my friends. I want to go to the state of Washington and just make Maura wealthy and be a little wealthier.
I practice in Washington.
I know you do.
This is California.
Seattle, right?
I know, Seattle. I have a question for you.
Yes.
This show is actually built on questions from Maria. So thank God you have a question from Maria. She's drinking water.
And this is
Can we throw her off the fucking show?
This is the first time someone's drank water seriously. I'm really upset. I don't want you to unless you upset again.
What's your question?
My question is this. See, right down to business. For someone like me,
Yes.
I'm not super advertising, SEO, pay-per-click savvy. I know a little bit about it, but I've never had to rely on that shit, that knock on wood, for business.
Yeah.
I've always had tons of business because, I'm me,
Right.
This face brings it all in right here,
Yeah.
this face. So, I get emails every day.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put you on the first page of Google. I'll put you on the first page. Everybody claims they're going to put me on the first page of Google. Everybody claims the same exact shit in every email I get from all these randos, from like crazy Indians from India
Yeah.
to like,
That's where they would be from.
yeah, they're a bunch of Indians from India, or they're like local yokels from LA or whatever, but they all have the same
Yes.
pitch and the same bullshit.
Yes.
So how is it that you are different? What is it different about your LawRank company?
It's a good question.
Well, first of all, why I've never told either of you, like, I guarantee I can do this for you. I will get you there, right? Our whole thing is, how do we get you cases? Like, even just harping on the first page of Google, like, it's very sexy to rank organically, number one, but you could have a conversion issue, you could have an issue with intake, you could have an issue with traffic. It's no longer about being on the first page of Google organically. It's really about creating synergy on the first page of Google. So ideally, you're doing local service ads like you, local SEO like you're about to do, organic SEO, and then we talk about pay-per-click, because then we can get you on the first page 4 times. If we can do that, I can't guarantee that we can do that, but if we can do that, people will literally call you and be like, you were all over the internet. It was a sign from God. I had to call you, right? If we think
if
of
somebody
like,
see Maura's face and says it's a sign from God,
Yeah.
we have to have a real conversation.
yes,
It's a real come to Jesus moment.
but that's the whole concept, right? Like,
No, you know what? On this line of questioning, I had a real argument with my people that I use for doing this. I do some of it.
okay.
I was refusing to use my picture in any of the ads. They're like, no one wants to see me, man. But these girls that work for me on there, But they forced me to be like on the ad, but I don't want to be on it. But they want it.
I'm offended you're using someone else.
I know.
We're gonna talk
Wow.
offline. Yeah,
Let's
can you
talk.
believe
Let's
it?
talk.
I don't know,
Yeah.
I feel a little.
Well, I
kinda
agreed,
going
and
into
she was
directions
like,
because-
she was like, your website's shit. I was like, I just had it done. And she was like, it's shit. I was like, well, I'm not going to redo it.
So Maria
It's-
told me
but
the
it's
same
the-
thing, and then she showed me that it was actual shit.
But look at it this way. When you do SEO with an agency, you're saying to them, you're not asking them to be good. You're saying, I need you to be excellent. I need you to finish top 3. If you were racing in a car race and you wanted to finish top 3 and your engine was shitty, you're not, I don't care how good the driver is. I was just
That's when I
honest.
rely on my savviness.
Yeah, your savviness is getting you killed.
That's when I turn on the charm.
Or,
In a
or
car race?
prison.
That was a line my buddy Gary Dubin used to use. He died, God rest his soul. He used to always be serving for chicks on like Tinder and everything. And Gary Dubin was like 5'3", and he would say he was 6 feet tall on his dating site apps. And I'd be like, Gary, you're 5'3", dude. How do you say you're 6 feet tall? What do you do when you meet the girls? He goes, that's when I turn on the charm.
That's a lot of charm.
Yeah,
And now he's apparently dead.
it didn't work too good for him, and then he died. He had a horrible tattoo. I used to be
You've had
friends with
so
What
many.
is this?
Why? Hey, a lot of his friends die.
Listen, this guy I was really good friends with, Gary Dubin.
Didn't your partner die too at some point?
Another one. Yeah, he
Are you sure you want to continue to be friends with him?
Died or killed.
Well, no, he had a problem with a little bit of the nose, the devil's dandruff, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
Where's this
about?
going?
He had a little taste of the devil's dandruff, a little too much. And, they found him face down at Mazatlan on the beach.
What?
Yeah, there was, well, what can I say?
He has all these death stories
I
though.
liked a little bit of the nose candy, a little too much. But that was his problem.
Okay.
Gary Dubin, my buddy who died, who said he was 6 feet, is 5'3". I used to work out with him at the gym, and he used to ride
That's even funnier.
Yeah, I used to work out with him, and he always.
Now, you know what? This part of the story, I don't believe. I believed
No,
everything until you
no.
worked out at a gym,
Work out.
and I do not believe
I thought it
them.
was for comedy.
And he would be on the what do you call it, the stair thing every morning.
The Stairmaster?
And he'd be like, man, my hip hurts every time I'm on this thing. I'd be like, well, shit, you ride it for like an hour, man. Maybe you should not do it so much. But he'd always be riding and saying his hip hurt, his hip hurt, his hip hurt. And then I didn't see him for like 3 months, and then he came over to my house, and he was on crutches. And I was like, what the hell happened to you? He's like, remember I said my hip hurt? He goes, yeah, I had bone cancer.
Oh, that's funny.
In his hip. It's not funny. It's not funny. And he died from bone cancer.
Why are you laughing telling this story?
But the funny thing about Gary Dugan was he was a loser actor, but he was in one movie. He was in Jaws. Okay, so everyone called him Jaws 2 Eddie. It was in Jaws 2 when he's in a boat and they say swim, Eddie swim, and he jumps in the water trying to swim away from Jaws and the Jaws eats him. He was in Jaws. So he's Jaws 2 Eddie. Everyone called him Jaws 2 Eddie because he was in Jaws 2.
You need to write a book.
Yeah.
Actually, we've been talking. He should write a coffee book, and every new page is a story. Everything's just fucking crazy, but it actually happened tomorrow.
Yes. So we tried playing 2 truths and a lie, and he gave me 3 truths.
Yeah, I fucked up. I don't know. I think I might have been. I might have been.
No, you were totally sober. It was like 9 a.m.
So this is the last pour.
This is so inappropriate.
What's inappropriate?
What is this?
This one, I've been trying to source this
All I see
bottle.
here is the word cock. I see the word cock. Oh, chicken cock. What is that stuff?
Mauro. Well, this is our 8th episode in 2 days, and I've been trying to source this bottle from Nico, he does a lot of sponsor for
What's it
shows.
called? Whiskey Barrel? What's the name of this place?
Not even close. But I don't remember because this is our 8th episode.
He is good. He did give us.
But
a
he
lot
could
of
not
shit.
find us. This is like a very hard to find bottle. So when we film in Tom Hardy's private bar in LA, at Bike Shed, a lot of guys have this bottle called Chicken Cock in there, and it's very hard to find because it's very good. And I was very surprised. We walked in here in Atlanta at Crisp HQ, and they sourced 2 bottles of this, and I did not know before we walked in. So this is one that I've never had, and I've been trying to source for 2 fucking years. This is hard to get.
You
for some
manifested
stupid
it.
reason. Huh?
You manifested it.
I did manifest it. But I don't know a whole lot about this other than when I drink it, but I do know it's made in the USA, and if you're in Maine, you get a 15%. 15 cents.
Maine has a very big CRP. It'd be
Is
good
it
if
15
like,
cents?
15 cans in Maine.
Very little. Don't waste it on me.
Oh, God, this is going to be good.
You can make a living in Maine off of
It smells like
cans.
vanilla.
I'm excited for this. Even the bottle. Feel this. So you're an IW Harper guy, Mauro? Feel this bottle.
It is a similar bottle to IW Harper, but IW Harper is a square decanter, but it is beautiful.
Feel this bottle, man. This is nice.
The famous old brand Chicken Cock. One of the oldest bourbon brands in the U.S., Chicken Cock was established in 1856. Wow. That's amazing.
It is amazing. Were you going to tell us more? That's where you
Let me
stop.
read the rest. Hold on. I got bad eyes. Notice the
The
famous
last
old
show we
brand.
talked about getting LASIK and changing his life. Now he has bad eyes.
It's wearing off, man. 15 years I've had LASIK. For the first 10, it was really good, but now it's starting to get a little
Okay.
shaky.
Can you do it again?
You can do it one more time.
You get 2
There's
shots.
only so much that they can shave off your cornea or whatever. So I did it one time, and now they can do a little touch up, and then I'll be good for another.
What if they do it again? You just don't have pupils. You just have like a white eye. You look like a robot.
robot?
Maybe you said you wouldn't have any dark in your eye. It'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be like Schwarzenegger in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Sure.
Just wear sunglasses.
So try it 3 times.
Hold on. Chicken cock. Wait a minute. This is getting depressing. Chicken cock died after World War II. Why
Oh,
did chicken cock die? But has now returned to its rightful place in the pantheon of great American whiskeys.
That's right.
Wow. So it's been revived.
Yeah. This was old whiskey hard to find and now revived.
That's amazing.
that's pretty cool.
Cheers. Yeah.
Maria, down the hatch. I want to see you drink.
She's drank every. To your credit, you drank every single pour.
Yeah, we had Joe Wilson on here before you, who's like 6'5" and like 240 pounds, and
Yeah.
you're drinking more than him. So I give you credit.
Oh, this
Thank
is
you.
good.
I made sure to eat right before this.
And he was pretty drunk after 2 pours.
Wait, am I gonna
God,
be
this
drunk
is
from
really
this?
good. This is very good.
What time's our flight?
None of your business.
I might have another sip of this.
You can have as many sips as you want, Mauro.
I like this one the best.
It's not your time to pick.
Oh, do we have to pick?
Yeah, you got to pick.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Well, now we do this thing called
We can
pick
edit
the
this
Bourbon
part
of
out.
Proof.
Let me ask you,
No, I like
Ryan,
this.
this is another question I have. Where do you see your business, what you do, going in the next 5 years?
Yeah, because a lot of people. I hear this all the time. SEO is dead.
Yeah, no, it's not. Not yet. It has to, I'm sure, at some point in time, right? Or maybe not, because you could just SEO to whatever the platform is
Yes.
that is giving us the information. So SEO is evolving. It's already changed so much from before. 5 years ahead is a really long time in our world. So I have no idea.
I actually do want to one of the visions we had with attorney shares, people to have virtual real estate in a real exchange, a marketplace for lawyers to be able to highlight themselves. So I always thought it would evolve where they have to have certain keywords within their profile and results to be able to get push the best case for them.
So I've always thought that it'd be awesome if Google started to incorporate like the results that a lawyer actually has, but it's so hard because you could co-counsel on it.
Google doesn't know that.
And no, and I don't think like they want to put that much effort, but people always assume if you show up on Google, you must be good. And they just don't understand the difference, you know?
You know, I'm going to give you some free advice on this.
Thank you.
Here we go.
I can't wait.
Now, I hate,
Free advice might come with a
even
liability.
think that maybe I shouldn't, give this information out. But, Maria's a friend, so I'm going to give her some advice for her clients. Now, Maria, I don't know shit about this stuff, but I'm kind of like crazy like a fox, And so many lawyers spend millions of dollars pushing their websites, whatever it is, blah, whatever, on their websites, on TV, on commercials, but they don't spend $40 to go get the common misspellings of those websites.
Oh my God.
And someone like me who's a crazy like a fox, all these guys that advertise a lot, I got all their misspellings. And I bought all of them. And when someone puts it in and they misspell it by one letter, or one letter, it goes to my website.
That's hilarious.
So I got all the common misspellings for all the big guys.
And he's actually got many cease and desists.
I've gotten a few guys who have figured it out.
Why are you
And
saying this?
and they send me letters and they're like, what the fuck? You have all of our misspellings. I was like, yeah, well, you didn't protect your misspellings for $40 shitty, so I got them. So I got the misspellings.
There was
all of them. But Pete, listen, if you take your average BI client, someone who's at home on Tuesday watching Judge Judy, I don't think they're the best spellers.
There was somebody that he put one L instead of two.
So, I
was in Mexico
don't think
once,
they're the
but-
best spellers, watching Judge Judy at 2 o'clock on
Oh my
Tuesday.
God.
So they probably fucking misspell everything. So that's why I got all the misspellings.
So,
That's brilliant, though.
there was
You're
one.
so sneaky.
Who's the one guy that somebody had the Juan Dominguez's phone number, one number off?
My
and
friend
everything
has
else.
the phone number for a huge advertiser in LA, and he's had the phone number where you would fuck up one, instead of 6, you put the 9, and somehow he got that phone number, and he's ran his entire law firm for 20 years off of the misdials to that other firm. Just off the misdials, he gets 20, 30, 40 cases a month.
That's
from
nuts.
misdials.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But
Yeah.
I get a few misdirected people that can't spell, like they come into my office. Like, I thought I was this firm. Oh, no, that's not the firm you contacted.
But somebody unveiled him on social media.
Oh, I got busted
He
one
got
time.
busted once, and they did a live, like where they do the screen record, and they would put in the misspelling of the thing, and they would click it, and it would go right to Mauro's webpage. It caused a shitstorm. I was in Mexico.
That
when
guy
happened.
actually threatened me with
many things.
serious federal lawsuits and stuff, claiming I was doing some kind of illegal. It's not illegal. I looked it up. It's not. But he was really fucking adamant.
What about ethics? No issue.
Nonsense.
Nonsense.
Maura was actually the way better option than that
Yes.
firm. Way better.
So that guy who threatened me with all this craziness, I actually gave him the misspellings. I didn't need the fucking problem. I just said, here. I forwarded him all of my.
We were sitting in Cabo drinking a lot of whiskey, and Maura was just like, I had to send it to him, and I was like, don't fucking give him anything. And
Yeah,
he sent
I
it to
said,
him.
I'll give it to him. It's okay. So I gave him all his misspellings, and he should have protected on his own.
You didn't make him pay for it?
No, I just gave it to him.
That's what I said. We can pay for
Yeah,
it.
I mean, he's smart enough to figure out that I had that stuff. I let him have it for free.
Well, I mean, he probably misspelled his own URL and went to you.
So by the way, I noticed recently that if you go to thesimonlawgroup.com, if you put an E instead of an I and an O and Simon, it goes to Mauro.
Well, Bob, I didn't want everyone to know that. And of course, I give you those cases back.
Yeah, how many have you gone back?
None.
So now, Maria, now that we're here,
Yes. Well,
You get to pick your bourbon of proof, and this is what bottle you select out of the 3 that you like the most, had the best story for you for whatever reason, and now you get to select.
I'm going to select, what is it called? Chicken cock.
That's right.
Has nothing to do with the word cock. Just like the...
Just the chicken.
It's good.
Yeah.
This was by far the best one.
It was, right?
Yeah, by far.
But maybe I build up to it. You know, like, I had never really drank this before. So after, like, having 2, it was, like, got more used to it.
Out of the 3, these 2 are probably far more expensive than this one.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. This one's
It's
probably
like
the most
wine.
expensive because it's hard to get. This one's probably 150. This one's closer to 400, but this one is not that much. And I'm going to do another pour for me because I like this one a lot.
So, Maria, let me ask you, Maria.
Yes.
Where you live doesn't have anything to do with you doing your business, right? It's like Bob was saying, you've lived in a lot of places in the
Yeah.
last few years. You liked living in Miami now?
Yeah, and I like not paying California taxes.
Well, I mean, who ducks me?
And we were talking a long discussion about this.
But-
We have
Have you ever spent a summer in Miami yet?
Yes.
You know why that heat and humidity doesn't blow your socks off?
I mean, I'd rather do that than pay California taxes.
Ooh, this is an interesting. We could do a whole topic on tax avoidance.
California's up to 14.4%.
Yeah, okay, what I save in taxes pays for my life in Miami.
See, I'd rather pay those taxes than not have fucking humidity.
I love the humidity.
You're
So
weird.
I'm always cold, so
I'm always hot.
I sweat like a fucking Turkish prisoner, so I can't. I can't. Fuck it.
Your word choice is just so fucking funny to me.
where do you get
Out of
that
all
from?
the prisoners on
You ever been to a
earth.
Turkish prison?
No!
They're hot and they're humid.
So
Here's the
you've
thing.
been-
No.
I'm
He's confusing Turkish prison with Turkish bath because I feel like
I've been in a Turkish bath as well. They threw me out one time, but that's another story.
When have you had time to live all these experiences?
I mean, I just remember one time in, where were we in those baths on the roof of some hotel?
Oh yeah, we were.
Where were we?
That was Switzerland, Zurich.
Oh, we were in Switzerland in some bathhouse at the roof of this hotel. And there was like some Russian oligarchs there, like I'm talking really
Yeah.
heavy Russians. Like the guys you don't want to look at their women because you might end up with like, you might get Putinism, you know, the
Make
next
it-
day. Like next thing you know, the guy died and know what happened. But I was hanging out with these Russian dudes and they were all in their 60s, remember? And they had like 18-year-old Russians with them, girls, prancing around in this bathhouse. And I was like, you know what, Bob, I'm getting out of here because even if I even look in their direction, these guys, I don't know, might have dead or snowmen. But they were scary Russians. You know?
And this is a very nice hotel, and it was a very weird situation. And the last time I saw Mauro that night, he was passed out in his bathing suit in between pools in this bathhouse. I actually took a video there when you're not supposed to bring
I
your...
was asleep.
He
You're
fucking-
always asleep.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He was like, you know how they have those evolution videos where like the fish comes out of water and like learns how to walk?
Yeah.
Mauro got the fish out of water, took 2 steps, and took a nap. And this is what I envisioned because he got so tired. He got out of the pool. He's like, I'm just going to sleep right here. He's snoring, and these people are stepping over him to go to like cool pool to hot pool. We had to wake him up.
That was a really cool hotel.
That was really
You know,
cool. The
thing is,
B2B
Bob-
hotel in Switzerland,
my
in
cruise
Zurich,
director.
one of the best hotels in the
Bob's
world.
my cruise director, because Bob knows I don't care how much it costs.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, Bob says we're going to go here for 2 weeks, a month, whatever. I say, Bob, you book it, I'll pay my part, you know? So Bob's a great cruise director. He books the best stuff. And I always have a great time with him when we travel, but I don't have anything to do with the planning. He's a great planner.
Yeah.
Well, you're asleep half the
Because
time.
I'm a control freak, and that's why I do these things on the plane. Control
Yep.
freak. To another control freak, Maria Monroy from LawRank.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for on this episode of Bourbon of Proof.
And check out LawRank.
Yes.
Shout out to LawRank.